can see a new way, new way, new way. It's gonna be good, gonna be good, gonna be good. 'Cause everything is new today. Today's made of soft rain, soft rain, soft rain. And I can shake it my way, my way, my way. It's gonna be good, gonna be good, gonna be good. 'Cause everything is new today.
Good morning. I'm Teresa Valenzuela. I'm the practitioner up here to be of service to you all today. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living in the heart of Las Cruces, where our vision is a world in loving partnership for the good of all. Just a few announcements. This is our last week that we are collecting our school supplies and snacks for my friend's place. Not my friend's place, but my friend's place. So it's a homeless shelter here in Las Cruces for teenagers 12 to 17 so that they have a safe and nurturing environment to be able to finish, start school and finish school. I didn't realize how many teens were houseless or homeless in this town until I met someone who was so excited that he was going to be able to finish his senior year because he found a place to live. So anyway, we will be, Susan and I, my conspirator of service projects, will be here organizing on Thursday, but please feel free to come in during the week and bring your loving donations. We also have a practitioner-led meditation, which I got to do this morning before service from 10:15 to 10:35 right here in this room. Aside from our Sunday celebrations, we will hold our first fun event here at the center, our Up Prom. I never was invited or went to a prom when I was in high school. No tears. I won't tell you what kind of teenager I was, but I never made it to the prom. So August 28th from 6:30 to 9:30, we're going to have a multi-generational dance here. Bring your friends, bring your family, young and old in between. There's flyers at either one of the tables, and spread the word for celebration. Gretchen is also changing thoughts, is chairing a committee for our second annual auction to be held in mid-November. So let's have some fun and make this event a huge success by joining the planning committee. If I'm not sure Gretchen is here, but contact the office and they can take your name and let Gretchen know you're interested in being part of that planning committee. The first meeting is going to be on August 18th, Wednesday, from 10 to 11 a.m. right here at your center. Check our website, pick up, we have the August calendar already printed out. They're at the back table. I'm taking mine home so I don't miss anything. We believe in the power of prayer, which we call spiritual mind treatment or affirmative prayer. Please fill out a prayer request, which can be found in the pockets in the chair in front of you. There is a God can at the table back there where you can put your request in, or you can drop it into either one of the offering plates. There's an offering plate on tables by both doors, both exits here. Or you can still use our prayer request button on our website, which has went through some updates a couple of months ago. It's a great place to go spend time if you want to get off Facebook. Our prayer team, made up of practitioners and ministers from the 4 local New Thought communities, will pray with you each Tuesday in regards to your request. In addition, should you have something you would like a quick prayer treatment for after service, the practitioners, and I believe Reverend Kamatara, after she greets everyone, we're here to provide a short treatment with you. I see Judy and Geneva here as well. So just thank you, Sylvie, for making our stoles. Now it is time for song, silence, and prayer. In this
this moment, I am joy. Joy is this moment. Joy, joy, joy. This moment is what I am. In this moment, I am peace. Peace is this moment. Peace, peace, peace. This moment is what I am. In this moment, I am still. Still is this moment. Still, still, still. This moment is what I am.
So as we enter and open our hearts up to this sacred time together, knowing we are exactly the right place at the right time, and opening up our hearts to all that joy and peace, and stepping into that space of stillness so that our heart and ears are open to the amazing words that Reverend Kamatara will share with us. That we are ever so thankful for the music that greets us, feeds us during service, and closes out our time together. And so blessed for the people that keep the doors open here at the center, keep the website open, and keeps the words that are spoken in this room out so that others can also partake of the fruit of love and oneness. And so it is. So this month, I believe the theme is a pause for guidance. And this week I was able to participate in the convention of Las Americas. We didn't get to go to Lake Chapala this year, but we still got fed through Zoom. And the very first speaker was Reverend Edward Villejoen, and he shared a pledge with us. And so I'm sharing, thank you for allowing me to choose a reading, because it was just so perfect. So I believe this is more of a guide. I would like to share this poem. It's called The Optimists' Creed by Christian D. Larson. And I've made copies, and I'll put them out on the table if you'd like to take one with you. And instead of a pledge or a promise, I want this to be our guide, or my guide, and I share that gift with you. Promise yourself to be so strong that nothing can disturb your peace of mind. To talk health, happiness, and prosperity to every person you meet. To make all your friends feel that there is something worthwhile in them. To look at the sunny side of everything and make your optimism come true. To think only of the best, to work only for the best, and to expect only the best. to be just as enthusiastic about the success of others as you are about your own, to forget the mistakes of the past and press on to the greater achievements of the future, to wear a cheerful expression at all times and give a smile to every living creature you meet, to give so much time to improving yourself that you have no time to criticize others, to be too large for worry, too noble for anger, too strong for fear, and too happy to permit the presence of trouble, to think well of yourself and to proclaim this fact to the world, not in loud words, but in great deeds, to live in the faith that the whole world is on your side, so long as you are true to the best that is in you. And so it is.
There was a time in my life, thought I had to do it all for myself. I didn't know that the grace of God was sufficient, and I didn't know the love of God was at hand. But now I can say, if you are discouraged, struggling just to make it through another day, you've got to let it go. Let it all go. And this is what you have to say. I release, I let go, and let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release, I let go. Let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God.
Had to look at Lisa because that's, yeah. Favorite song, favorite song. Thank you, Agape. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. So now that we have set the stage, no pressure here, I'd like to introduce Reverend Kamatara Johnson. She has spoken here before, but this is her first time live here at the center. Though you were live on the YouTubes, right?
Well, I was live before quarantine,
Okay.
but now I'm around.
Yeah, so now this whole new, yeah. So Reverend Kamitara Johnson is a recent graduate of the Holmes Institute and enjoys being a part-time minister and facilitator for various New Thought churches throughout New Mexico. Her full-time ministry is with Circles USA, where she serves as the Chief Learning Officer, training and coaching community leaders across the United States and Canada to implement a highly successful anti-poverty initiative that strives to create a world that works for everyone in reality. Reverend Kamatara's core mission is always to empower conscious evolution for individual and collective transformation. So let's warmly greet Reverend Kamatara.
Right. Got to get myself set here. Loving the technology. All right. Well, good morning, everyone, and thank you for the welcome, Teresa. Much appreciated. And yes, I think the last time I was here was pre-quarantine, maybe 2018. It was a while ago. So I'm super excited to see you again and humbled and honored to help Reverend Bonnie out. I know that she is traveling and doing her thing, so we're all just sending her love in this moment and know that she has everything she needs surrounding her in love and grace. Absolutely. And I'm super excited to be down here from Albuquerque with my favorite 16-year-old Beau. So we've been having a great time this weekend and loving the Las Cruces, even though it was 105 degrees yesterday. But that's what Caliches is for. So, good morning. Let's start with a game. So, we're going to do the opposites game, and I'm going to say a word, and you get to shout out the antonym, and I need you to shout it out nice and loud because we want the recording to pick it up. And don't worry about whether you're right or wrong. This is a judgment-free zone, right? The second you step through the door, whoo, okay. So we're going to play this little game. Are you ready? Yeah. Okay, here we go. So, up. Down. Thank you. Night. Day. Dark. Night. Tall. Short. Thank you. Heavy. Light. Happy. Sad. Rest. Tired. Oh, mixed bag. Good job. That's kind of actually what I was hoping for. So you play right into my hands. So, what is the opposite of rest? Is it work or is it play? And I would contend that the opposite of rest is play. And that play is a mindset. In fact, the beautiful reading that Teresa picked out today from Reverend Dr. Edward Villon was sheer perfection because it's all about that mindset. That play could be a mindset. So here's a simple example. My husband and I are from the Milwaukee, Chicago area, and about 20 years ago, we did the classic trip to Colorado, and it was raining all the time, and we said, wow, this stinks. We need to go somewhere where it's not raining. Let's go to the desert, not understanding about monsoons. And we came to New Mexico and just kept raining and raining, raining. But we fell in love with New Mexico. We were enchanted, I know. And so we thought, gosh, we just wanted to visit here all the time. And then we thought, well, if we would just want to vacation there all the time, maybe we should move there when we're retired. And I have to say, 20 years ago, retirement was kind of far off. So I was like, well, I don't want to wait. What if, and this is the deal that we made, what if we move to New Mexico now and we'll live like we're retired, except we happen to have jobs? It was the best thing. We've been here in Albuquerque for 18 years. Beautiful place to raise our children. We have had so much fun. We love the museums, the festivals, the hiking, like you name it, the Rio Not So Grande. It's beautiful. We have a great time. And sometimes we forget and we put our head down and we're work, and the hamster wheel nose to the grindstone. And then we stop and we remember, wait, we're supposed to be having fun. Okay, let's go walk around Old Town, similar to Mesilla, the beautiful plaza. Like, okay, let's go do this little festival. So it really has been a wonderful mindset of play. And to quote Ralph Waldo Emerson, it is a happy talent to know how to play. And like that very important philosopher Mary Poppins said, thank you for laughing. All right, a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. But I'd like to suggest we can do a little better than just covering up what we hate just so we can get it down. And I especially know a science mind, we can do way better than that. In fact, the topic for August is a pause for guidance, and the topic for this particular week is a pause for play. And I would suggest, again, we can do better than that. It's not just a pause. I say it is a mindset. And could we bring the qualities of play into whatever it is that we're calling work? Like whether you're employed or retired, it doesn't matter. We typically have something in our life that we are calling work. So let me ask that question again. Could we possibly bring the qualities of play into our work? So let's do another shout out here. What are those qualities of play? What makes it play? So I'm going to say play is, and you can just shout out anything, and if I catch some words, I'm going to say it into the microphone for the people who are watching the video. Okay, so play is happy, fun, laughter, creativity, flow, and delightful, engaging, right? A sense of wonder, curiosity. Doesn't that sound good? I want more of that. Oh my gosh. And wouldn't all of those qualities really enhance whatever it is that we're calling work? That would be amazing. And we already know the importance of play for children. It's put into their school day, although a recent survey, 2019, said that 75% of the children they surveyed were not receiving enough play. I can't imagine what the statistic is for adults. But we know the benefits of play, from neuroscience to psychology to physiology to sociology. Play pulls together the logical and creative parts of the brain. It develops our physical, mental, emotional capacity. It strengthens our problem-solving skills, our communication skills, our social skills. It requires focus and being fully present. And it typically uses more of the senses and more of your body and more of your brain than anything else you could do. So at what point does this valuable and formative experience stop being good? So to quote Bernard Shaw, we don't stop playing because we grow old. We grow old because we stop playing. And I'm seeing the nodding heads. I might be preaching to the choir here because I know the community here is really joyful and vibrant and playing. I can't wait to see the pictures from your pop-up prom. That is so delightfully fun. And I think of when I have seen, I went to a big band concert. I love big band music. And I saw a gentleman being helped to the stage, and he had to have been in his 90s. He could hardly walk. And, there were people helping him up to the stage and ensconced him in the chair, handed him a trombone, and the guy lost like 20 years. He lifted it up and was playing like a beast, and the sparkle was back in his eye. I mean, it was amazing. And maybe you've experienced that yourself, maybe when you're with your children, your grandchildren, your great-grandchildren, when you're engaged with music or dancing or playing cards. I'm a Midwest girl. We're all about playing cards. It's fun. But I really want us to think about, why is there such a stigma attached to adult play? I think part of it is what I call the Puritan hangover. is the Puritan work ethic still lurking about here that says basically if you are not tired and miserable, you're doing it wrong? That, oh, you're not good enough, got to give blood from a stone, your blood, sweat, and tears, 110%. Like, wow, how is that sustainable? Healthy, balanced, and it's really hard because a lot of workplaces and communities are asking for, more, better, faster, louder, whatever it is, but with less. Do more with less. That's rough. I'm not going to buy in. No way. And to quote Brené Brown, who has done some wonderful studies on play and rest, she says it takes courage to say yes to rest and play, where exhaustion is seen as a status symbol and productivity as self-worth. And I think about growing up with my very German and Polish father, who was pretty strict, and he would come home from his job and say, "What did you do with your time?" And I had to reconcile my ledger. I had to explain the things that I did, and I was either deemed worthy or not worthy, or I wasted my time, or whatever it was. It's taken me decades to realize, and thank you, Science of Mind, to realize that I have inherent self-worth, regardless of what I produce. That's been epic for me. And if quarantine has taught us anything, it's to slow down and to value rest and self-care. But what about play? New Mexico started to open about the end of May, maybe early June, and it seems like we might be reconnecting a bit. Oh, I hope it can last. I'm going to knock on wood right here. Please, 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 let us stay open if we can. Obviously be safe, yes, but oh my gosh, are we starting to reconnect and play? Like hearing live music and being able to go to see the new exhibit at the museum and being able to hike and do things again after that huge time out of 18 months. I think people, well, I'll speak for myself, I am aching for fun. I really would love to have it back in my life. And just an interesting Science of Mind history moment. Did you know that Dr. Ernest Holmes, so the founder of religious science, prolific author, amazing philosopher, has written epic tomes about all of this, right? Did you know that he was actually called Happy? I love that. Have you ever read this book? It's called That Was Ernest. If you want to read, it's kind of a biography of Ernest Holmes, but it's written by one of the neighborhood kids who grew up with Ernest Holmes, because Ernest Holmes was the local baseball umpire for the boys in the neighborhood, and he was the scoutmaster, and Reginald C. Armour was about 12 when they all kind of met and grew up with him into adulthood, and all the way to Ernest Holmes' passing, they were together. And this book is so delightful, all these little vignettes, and each one ends with, well, that was Ernest. It's so precious. And I love that representation of Dr. Holmes. So even though he was a serious philosopher and lecturer, he also was incredibly playful by all accounts. And he beheld the world with such wonder and delight. What a model for us. That's a great balance that I would love to have, to move beyond only the serious. And why does something have to be serious to be important? And why does anything have to be important to be valued? Did you get to see the movie Finding Neverland? Did you see that? It was about the author J.M. Barrie, who wrote Peter Pan, and Johnny Depp, Dustin Hoffman, Kate Winslet, they were in it. It's a really beautiful movie. You need a lot of hankies. But it's about the author. And actually, most people have read Peter Pan in book form, but it was a play. He was a playwright to start. And so he's talking to his producer about how this play that just went up was a total flop. And he's like, yeah, no one got this play. It was supposed to be funny. And then the producer says, well, you know what happened, James? They changed it. And J.M. Barrie says, who? Who's they? And the producer says, the critics. They made it important. Well, what's it called? And then J.M. Barrie has to really think about it, and he's like, it's called a play. It's called a play. And this is not to say that life is always easy or fun. I'm not pretending like it's all sunshine, roses, and lollipops, because I'm here to tell you, woo, I get that. It can be hard and grueling, to say the least. But I appreciate about Science of Mind that we do not deny the reality of our experience in this plane of existence. I know that there are some philosophies and faiths that say this is an illusion, but we don't. This is not an illusion. This is real. And like Dr. Ernest Holmes would say, if my leg is broken, it is broken, and I need help. And denying it is not going to help me. What I could get into understanding or denying are the illusions of my thoughts about the experience. That's where the illusions may lie, in the thoughts about the experience, in the mindset I have when I'm having whatever experience is coming my way. That's where I have a really good choice to make. So even if my leg is broken, could I at least have all my friends sign it and use it as a beautiful canvas of art? And we're just going to have fun with it. And I know from personal experience, our oldest child in his teenage years had 6 surgeries in 3 years, which is why I haven't been here for a while. So, living on again, off again in children's hospital with my 16, 17, and then 18-year-old, because it was over 3 years. And man, we had the most fun. That was the party room on the floor. And we played games, and we were coloring, and we had music going. The nurses and doctors loved to walk into that room. And I think that our adult child got the best care that he could possibly receive, because the room was absolutely filled with play and delight and wonder and joy. So when I was at COA's, at the big bookstore, just in case if some of you aren't from Las Cruces, this book just fell off the shelf yesterday morning, and I went, wow, what is that about? And then I read the opening pages and went, oh, it goes with my talk. So here's a little quote for you, and this is from Essential Spirituality by Dr. Roger Walsh. I'm really enjoying this book. Life is not always easy, but it can be ecstatic. How to manage the difficulties and taste the ecstasy is a central challenge of life and a goal of any spiritual practice. The difficulties are many. So life is difficult to understand. We are born dazed and helpless. We find ourselves in a world overflowing with mystery, yet our world is only a speck of cosmic dust in a remote, uncharted corner of a vast, unfathomable universe. Whew. No wonder life feels mysterious, and we sometimes reel in bewilderment. Yet, life can be exciting and joyful. There are countless wonders to explore and people to meet, and the world holds places of breathless beauty. We all have opportunities to love and to play, to learn and to heal. Our lives are rich with opportunities, and our challenge is to live them to the full. All of us can be the creative artists of our lives. Life can be ecstatic. So when appropriate, can we lighten our load and bring play into the mix of what's going on? And a quote from Dr. Stuart Brown, play energizes and enlivens us. It eases our burdens. It renews our natural sense of optimism and opens us up to new possibilities. So is play a regular part of your schedule? Something to explore this week. When I was teaching self-mastery class at the Rio Grande Center for Spiritual Living up in Albuquerque, I want to say in about January of 2018, we did this really interesting exercise called What's on Your Plate? And I literally passed out paper plates and markers, and we said, okay, you have X amount of waking hours in the course of a week. And in a typical schedule, how do you tend to spend your hours? And so they said, oh yeah, like 10 hours of this and 5 hours of that and 30 hours of this. And okay, let's, did a little math. And on the plate, we made a pie chart. Okay, what percent is this and what percent is that? And then, this was the kicker, I said, now grab some markers, grab the colors that represent how that piece makes you feel, and color it so you can really see it. It was like a left brain, right brain exercise, really strong neuro memory there. So it was wild to see that snapshot of people's lives, of their beliefs, of their priorities, of what seemed like obligations. I mean, it was really an interesting moment in time. Some people didn't have enough on their plates and said, wow, I have way more space than I thought. No wonder I'm feeling adrift, or I might need some more connection in my life. And that was when I was still teaching high school English, which was my first career for about 23 years. And so my plate was, oh my gosh, I think it was like 60% of my waking hours was spent working at school. And I colored it kind of Shrek green. It was like, ooh, because that's how I felt. Towards the end, I was feeling like Shrek every day. I was teaching high school. I was going to the hospital. I was like, for my child, I was going out of my mind. And I knew I was losing it. It felt horrible. So the next step was really powerful. I said, all right, let's flip the plate over. Now draw what you would like to be experiencing. What percents? What's the balance that you would like to have on your plate? And grab the colors. How would you like it to make you feel? And I did not realize how powerful that was. It was a prayer. Because 3 months later, I had my new job, which has now become my new career, which is my ministry, fall into my lap. No joke, I didn't even know I was interviewing for the job. A person came up to me and said, I think you have something that we would really like. How do you feel about your current job? Wow, it was so powerful. And I get to do Science Mind all day long, every day, with people who aren't even associated with Science of Mind, because I work for a national nonprofit doing beautiful, empowering work. It's applied science of mind. And I get to bring the qualities of play and creativity and delight and wonder into the work that I do. And I have time to play with my family and my friends, and it's balanced. So here are some things for you to think about this week. What is on your plate? How does it make you feel? Is it balanced? Especially as things may be opening up and you've got lots of choices to make. And what seems like work to you right now? Whether you're employed or retired, doesn't matter. What seems like work? Or it's a chore? Could it be turned into play? Or could the qualities of play enhance that experience? Could it become a spiritual practice where you welcome in delight and wonder? Interesting experiment. So, in fact, let's end with a game. We're going to play make-believe. And I would like for you to imagine in your mind something you have coming up this week. And if you feel comfortable, go ahead and close your eyes, or if not, that's fine too. Just imagine one thing you have coming up this week that really seems like, it's work. Okay, and could we imagine, we're going to use our imagination to just picture what would it be like if some qualities of play We're included in that thing we have to do. What would it be like with a play mindset? What would it look like? What would it sound like? What would it feel like? All right. Thank you for playing along. And keep in mind that playing can be praying. It is a powerful prayer to imagine, to play make-believe, to get into the infinite possibilities of whatever this thing is that's in front of us. Truly, the play is the thing. Play is a mindset. It can be a spiritual practice, a way to engage with the world with delight and wonder, and to tap into the infinite creative self. So can we do more than just pause for a play, but rather weave it into everything that we're doing, to reframe life as a balance between rest and play? Because like they say, if you do something you'll love, you'll never work a day in your life. I say, let's play. Thank you. It's prayer time now, so I'm going to ask the practitioners to stand, and please know that you are surrounded by love and support of Spirit and these powerful practitioners who have studied the art and science of prayer for at least 4 years. All right. Let's go within for prayer. In this moment, in this place, it is so easy to recognize the presence of the one loving source, the all that is, this thing that I choose to call God. And I know it is expressing as each person here, each person watching this video, and absolutely every person, thing, object in all of life as we know it, and even beyond what we can understand, is the divine showing up. There is something sacred going on here. And there can be something playful going on here. And so I know that Spirit loves to play and experiment and delight and to wonder through each one of us. And so I welcome the guidance of Spirit, the creativity of Spirit, a play mindset, the qualities of play to enhance everything that's on my schedule in the week yet to come. I surrender anything that feels like it has to be serious or has to be important or has to be driven. And anything that burns me out, throws me down, depletes my soul, I surrender all of it into the divine. That is not the truth of my being. And I welcome in all things that are life-affirming and energizing and expanding and helpful and precious and delightful. I welcome a sense of wonder all week long. I welcome creativity to express itself through me and through my interactions with other beautiful creative vessels. And we have a great time doing it. And so welcoming this joy and this love and the potential of this week, I know that each person is divinely guided and blessed. And with deepest gratitude, I know that all is well, that we are walking side by side together with each other, sharing this journey. And for that, I am so grateful as we lift each other up, remember the truth for each other, and say, hey, I know you, beautiful being. Let's have some fun. And so I give thanks for this beautiful spiritual community, the Center for Spiritual Living in the heart of Las Cruces. I know is a powerful force for good, and I am so grateful for all the ways that it inspires and touches people's lives. So taking this whole big prayer, all the things that were said and unsaid, and even the things that hang out in the corners of our hearts, I know that the divine knows. And so I launch this prayer out into the divine, knowing that God is on the job and all is well. And feel free to join me in saying, and so it is. Amen.
So what if we did slow down just a little bit? Slow down some of the negative thoughts that kind of flow through us sometimes, and realize that happiness is hunting you.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Beautiful lights shine like champions, but I find the fault in the stars, 'cause I'm so caught up hunting happiness that I cannot see it's hunting me. The moment I start feeling comfortable, I hear a voice in my head. Fast cars, paint guides on the pavement. They say don't look back, find greener grass. The road to paradise is easy to pass. You'll never see the sign if you're moving too fast. I'm so caught up hunting happiness, I move so quickly that it can't catch me. Show me a shot of a miracle, and I'll find the dirt on the frame. It's easier chasing a fantasy than trusting some heart won't rip mine apart. The road to paradise is easy to pass, and you'll never see the sign if you're moving too fast. I'm so caught up hunting happiness, I move so quickly that it can't catch me. If I could stay still just for a minute, I find myself in it. If I could see clear and count all my blessings instead of the seconds. Oh, the road to paradise is easy to pass. You'll never see the sign if you're moving too fast. I'm so caught up hunting happiness, I move so quickly that it can't catch me.
I think I'm next. Never wrong. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. Of course, as always, perfect music, perfect words. And now we come, I do want to apologize. I forgot to welcome people who might be here for the first time earlier. I was so excited to talk about our service project. So if this is the first time visiting here at the center, we have a welcome package, a little bag of goodies at either one of the tables. So anyone here for the first time that would like for us to send out I'll just send out a hug to all of you. New and not so new friends. Thank you. Thank you very much. So now it's time to give our financial support for this amazing opportunity to be here together or to catch it on YouTube. And I will preface, it wasn't until I sat on the board of the center that I realized we have an electric bill to pay, like go figure, right? Or, we have employees, things that, as just someone who comes in and sits on Sunday, I never had really thought about. So, so we get to give our tithe to the center to continue spreading this amazing way of living and playing and being. And this month, our tithe recipient is Desert Hope Apartments, and they were our June service project. So that's 40 studio apartments that the community of Hope renovated. It's been 3 years in the making. They just had the ribbon cutting on Thursday. I call it a coinky dink, but there's no coinky dinks in my life. So now another transitional home for our people here in Las Cruces. And 10%, I want to thank the Tithe Committee every month for making mindful recommendations to the board. So in August, we're now able to support them financially so they can fill in those gaps of whatever those apartments and the new residents need. So thank you. That's where 10% of our tithe will go this month. And if you're on the screen or in the room and prefer to donate online or through the mail, we're here to receive your blessings as well as your time and talents. So please repeat after me. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you, God, and me. And so it is. And the collection plates are also at the table on your way out. So.
We are so blessed. We are so blessed. We are so grateful for all that we have. We are so blessed. We are so blessed. We are so grateful. We are so blessed. We are so blessed. We are so blessed. We are so grateful for all that we have. We are so blessed. We are so blessed. We are so grateful. We are so blessed.
So for this week, our time has come to an end here, but a new beginning. And so grateful for this amazing day and that we walk into that space of gratitude and that we co-construct and co-create that play paradise that is in each and every one of our hearts. That we take this message and we see, we love, we laugh, and we have a good time living life and living love. And just allowing these words to be released here and allowing this amazing life that we call today to unfold, evolve, and manifest in amazing possibilities, infinite possibilities. And so it is. Joy, peace, and stillness. And so if we're going to sing ourselves out. I do want to remind you, please use the pracs for prayer work. Selfishly, it feeds our soul when we pray with you. So after service, we'll be available And thank you so much. We'll stand up, hold virtual hands, and sing out.
I leave here in peace. I step out in love. I know everything I need is part of me, and I will not speak until I first think. Is it kind and true and needed?